Welcome to TDECU Stadium, everybody. Happy homecoming. Live from TDECU, we are joining you tonight on our virtual homecoming program. We hope you're settled in for a great, give or take, hour here live from the UHAA suite in the stadium. We've got great guests coming up today. College of Education Dean Kathy Horn, who happens to be sitting right next to me. You'll meet her in just a second. We have VP for Government Relations Jason Smith, McGovern College of the Arts David Bertman, Wolf Entrepreneurship Director Dana Cerrone, Bettina Beach, and Geronimo Cortina, who are going to talk about population health. And we've got a bunch of our volunteers and many more guests. And we're going to be going around the country for a little whip around each break that we have. We're going to have little 5-minute breaks here today. And we're going to bring you as much information as we possibly can because you're not here, which means you missed homecoming on campus. So we're bringing homecoming to you. So right off the bat, we're going to have a little fun. And we're going to go out into the community, and we've decided we're going to go to Orlando first. So let's go live to Orlando and check in on one of our watch parties down there in Central Florida and see what our folks are doing down in Orlando. Hello, Orlando.
Yay, Orlando.
So it looks like a lot of fun in Orlando. I see some of our Orlando leaders now. I see David Jackson and Raul Herrera come to the front there. David, thank you for joining us today. I know there's a lot of Cougars in Central Florida. We've got a few things coming up in the near future. Tell us what's going on in Orlando.
And to get things kicked off here in Central Florida, as you know, we have a strong alumni base here in the area, but we really need to lean in now that we're part of the Big 12. We do have a watch party for men's basketball on the 24th. So we're really looking forward to that. And then we have UCF football on the 25th of November.
So tell us how in Central Florida, tell us how the feeling is for alumni in Central Florida about the Cougs joining the Big 12.
Oh, just absolutely fantastic. You know, this is something we've been waiting for a long, long time. So it's great to see it actually happen.
Well, thank you guys very much. Keep the party going in case we have to come back to you there in Central Florida. We appreciate you guys being on with us today. Thank you guys so much. All right. Well, welcome back to our set, and we are going to get started here with the esteemed Dean, Kathy Horn. Esteemed Dean of the College of Education. And Dean, you were appointed back in April, but you've been a faculty member at the university for many years. So first off, give us an idea, give us your background, and tell us how you became the Dean at the College of Education.
Yeah, so I'm an 8th generation Texan. I am the daughter, granddaughter, great-granddaughter of teachers. I'm also the granddaughter of a nurse and a firefighter. So I have deep roots in this state and in the city. And importantly, I am a UH alum myself. It really changed my life and has shaped my trajectory that brought me out to Boston and all the way back here, and happily so.
And the first female dean in the College of Education.
Yes.
Right?
Go women.
And I think maybe the stereotype is that teachers are female, but that's not the case, right? It's a balance across the board. And it's not, the College of Education is not just in classroom teachers. So give us a sense of the curriculum inside the College of Education.
That's absolutely right. We are so proud to be the home of teachers in this, the production of teachers in this region. We also are excited to produce principals, psychologists, school psychologists, and home to one of the university's largest majors, health.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did I know that?
I don't know. Now you know. And knowing is what matters.
In addition, we're here in TDECU Stadium. Kickoff is in about 50 minutes or so on homecoming here, and we've all been through many homecomings. But you, in addition to being appointed dean, also serve in a special title as it relates to athletics. Tell us about that.
I do. I have the privilege of serving as the faculty representative to the NCAA, which means that I get opportunity to spend a lot of time with our student athletes, our football players, our men's basketball players, all of our Olympic sports, with the single goal of ensuring that they have student success opportunities that let them thrive both on the field and off.
And this is not in our little script in our practice, but do we have a lot of student athletes that have education as a major?
So we have a lot of student athletes who are in our health major and in our human development and family sciences major. We're working really hard to also expand the number of students who are student athletes and want to be teachers, because we have a lot of folks who want to take the skills that they're developing through their athletics and take those to students and especially the high school spaces as coaches.
So I know it's homecoming, which means it's fun, which means people are coming back to
Where's
campus.
my mom?
I don't know where your mom
I
is.
feel like
We
I should
could
have a little
probably
monkey.
find one.
Where?
We'll probably do that. I have cupcakes. How about
Okay,
that?
I'll take that.
Um,
I like a cupcake.
So tailgating today, you guys had a great tailgate out there. And I
We
do see a
did.
lot of College of Education alumni coming back. And I know you have a new board as well.
We do, yes. We took a little break, but we have kicked back up our Alumni Association. And as you said, we have an amazing board who's helping us do that. For our alums who are out there watching, I encourage you, please, to, regardless of program or year of graduation, sign up. It's free. And we'd love to have you active. We're really proud of the work that they're doing and excited about how they're going to help us grow and be better versions of ourselves.
Now you're, I believe the only dean we have on in our show today.
Oh,
To that esteemed spot.
this is what all deans are like.
Exactly
We're
right. All deans are just like this.
just like
So,
this.
alumni coming back, mentoring students,
Mhm.
hiring, things
Yep.
like that.
Yep.
I know the College of Education, that the educational world is a very tight knit group. Do you have that alumni coming back to mentor, and even maybe not at the university level, but in their own school? You see
We do.
groups of Cougars getting together?
Yeah, we do. We're really proud of the approaches we've built across our programs in education and in health to ensure that we are building intentional connections between our students today and our alums who were students of years gone by. Because it's not only the expertise that they developed here, but it's that personal understanding of what it is to be a Cougar in the workplace that we think is a value add.
Perfect. Now I know there's a few more things happening in the College of Education, right? I know there's a teacher shortage,
Yes.
right? I know there's a nursing shortage, talking to Dean
Yes.
Tartt. There's a nursing shortage the new Gessner College of Nursing is trying to address.
Yes.
There's obviously a teacher shortage. So tell us a little bit about how you guys are trying to address that.
Yeah, we, as you say, we have a health professionals crisis and a teacher crisis in the state and nation, and we take that responsibility to address it very seriously. We've set a goal for ourselves of doubling the number of graduates we're producing ready and able to go into these fields and be difference makers. And to do that, we are really working hard to create world-class learning spaces for those students to come in and get ready.
We have a couple minutes here before you go down to the field for kickoff, are you kicking off today, or is this someone else kicking?
I had to hand that off
Okay.
to someone else.
So how about tell us about graduate programs and online programs. I know there's a few of those.
Yeah, we have a full suite of opportunities for folks who are professionals and want to become leaders in their fields, the leaders that our world needs and deserves. So if you're interested in an educational opportunity at the graduate level, either online totally or in person, please check us out. We have nationally ranked programs that we're really proud of. And most importantly, we know are producing folks who are difference making in their professional spaces.
And lastly, because we have a lot of information in a short period of time, you're moving into a new building, and there's some opportunities there for
We
people to
are.
participate.
Yeah.
Would you like to tell us about some of those opportunities?
Yes, we are excited about the new space that we are coming into, and we have all kinds of naming opportunities. We've been really grateful for folks who have wanted to honor family members, friends, others who have been important in their lives and wanted to have a way to say thank you. So please, if you have educators, health professionals, folks have been difference making and helping professions, think about us as you are making your charitable donations.
And I'm going to put you on the best kind of blast and say that your email address is coedean@uh.edu.
COE, that one more time.
coedean@uh.edu.
UH.
If you want to participate, Kathy, thank you so much for being here.
Thank
We
you
really
for
appreciate you coming
inviting
for our
me. I
first ever, my
appreciate
first
it.
ever guest on our first ever virtual homecoming.
Amazing.
Pretty awesome.
I feel very honored.
Thank you very much. All right, so now we're going to go back out to one of our great alumni in the field, and this time I think I'm going to spin the wheel, and we're going to go to Atlanta. Let's go to Atlanta and see distinguished alumnus Rushion McDonald and his family out there in Atlanta. Rushion, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm down here with my wife. Can you hear us?
We got you. Yes, sir.
My wife, she graduated in '87. My daughter, she graduated in 2022. We doing it and really want to carry the spirit in the southeast part of the country. We're not in Disney World, but we're in Atlanta, hot Atlanta, okay? And it's 50 degrees, so it's really not hot Atlanta.
Rushan is, as I mentioned a moment ago, one of our distinguished alum for a few years ago. And so, Rushan, on a personal note, tell me what you got going on. What's going on in the
First of all,
Rushan McDonald world?
my wife, she sees on mute. They can hear us, Cicely. No, but they can hear us. Okay, good.
Rushan, go ahead. We can hear you.
Great.
What do
First
you
of all,
got-
before we go,
What do you
I
got
just wanna
going on
say-
in your personal space? You're always up to something.
Well, down here, I'm working doing a lot of stuff with a lot of HBCUs down here as well, building that HBCU brand. But before I go, we had we lost some people in the Cooper family, and I knew the young man's mom. I'm talking about DJ Hayden, cornerback for the Houston Cougars. We'd be remiss if we don't bring him up. I don't know if you brought him up earlier, but him and Zach McMillan, two incredible athletes, not only athletes, but great men. I knew DJ Hayden's mom when he was drafted number 12, very proud, and he lost his life at the age of 33 in a car accident. And I just wanted to bring that up today to make sure we all remember that on this homecoming weekend. So I really want to bring that up more so than what I'm actually getting engaged in.
I appreciate you very much, Rushan, for bringing that up. It was on our list of things to do here, and I appreciate you being the friend and good cougar that you are. And what's the world without a foam finger, right? Who's got two foam fingers? Cecily got two foam fingers?
That's
You're
right,
ready
y'all.
to go. Well,
Yeah.
thank you very much, Orlando. Thank you very much, Atlanta. Rushan, we'll see you soon. I know
All
we're
right.
Thank you very much to the folks in Atlanta. And we are back with a man who's had a busy week and might take a break, might take a moment. The Vice President for Government Relations, Jason Smith, joins us now. And we were writing this up and we're thinking, gee, what should we talk about? Is there anything
There's
recently
nothing really going on in my life.
for those of you who know, Election Day was on Tuesday, and Proposition 5, which is the Texas University Fund, overwhelmingly passed. Overwhelming, I can go over 60%
Yes,
is overwhelming.
Yeah, I'm really happy about over 60%. That was my goal. I mean, I think getting to 64% is a real statement in Texas about support for higher education.
So tell us what the tough will mean for the University of Houston.
Well, I think we all know as alumni that the University of Houston is a great university, but I think this will allow the University of Houston to be the next great university in the state of Texas. We don't have the benefit of a permanent university fund, but now we have the benefit of a Texas University fund, and this is going to be transformational for the University of Houston.
And something like this is a long process, right? I mean, people talk about PUF, right, which is the fund permanent university fund that goes to the University of Texas and Texas A&M, and great for them. We were never going to get that back.
That's right.
How long ago did you start working on TUF?
Mike, I think the first week that I started at the university, I have a little board that I have my goals, and I literally wrote permanent university fund on that. And I think a lot of people get pleasure out of checking those things off on your list. So I got to check that off this week.
And
that was 9 years ago when I started.
So
by the
9
way.
years. And then this particular one, obviously, it's a constitutional amendment,
Yeah.
so it has to go onto the ballot for the folks. And this was part of 14 proposed
That's
amendments
right.
this
Yeah,
year,
that's right.
because the state of Texas had a
$33 billion surplus. Yeah, they're able to invest in a lot of things, higher education being one of them, some other things like water infrastructure and parks. But, we were fortunate that our leaders in Texas, from the governor all the way down to, lots of folks in the Houston region across the state were focused on what they could do to elevate the University of Houston. And actually 3 other universities are benefiting from this too: Texas Tech, University of North Texas, and Texas State. So well, I think we can raise the level of higher education in our state together because of this.
And generally research. And what else will the funds do you think you'll be used for?
Well, it's research. So it's focused on allowing us to hire new faculty, great faculty. We have great faculty. We'll be able to hire more, and then construct and refurbish those facilities that those researchers need to do their research and to bring them to the University of Houston. So we'll be able to draw down significantly more federal funds as a result of this. So it's not just the starting off in the first year. We're supposed to get $50 million. We think we're going to be able to, make that an exponential result for the university.
And a lot of folks always go, use your political clout, get some of those Cougar alumni and the legislators to help us. I know there've been a few that were pretty helpful in that
That's right.
space and give us a sense of maybe if you want to name a few names, name a few
Yeah.
names, but we want to thank those Cougars and
I-
all
No,
legislators
I
out there.
appreciate that opportunity because we gotta call out people who helped us in particular. So just legislators from the Houston region, Senator John Whitmire, a longtime member of the legislature, Senator Carol Alvarado, Representative Armando Wally. I mean, those three in particular, but even folks who aren't University of Houston graduates. Actually, the two members of the legislature who carried the bills were not UH graduates, but they're from the Houston region. So Senator Huffman, Joan Huffman from the Houston region, and Dr. Greg Bonin in the House. He's the chair of appropriations. So, all of those folks, and even our local member from the area, Senator Boris Miles, is fantastic in helping us get this done.
So you've had 2 days off. So what's next?
I'm sure Chancellor Couture will, read me. She'll give me this week off, and then on Monday we'll talk about what the next big thing is for the University of Houston in government relations. So,
Well, as I said at the, I know it takes a lot of people to do it, but as I said on Tuesday or Wednesday at our golf tournament, we don't even have anything to vote on without all your hard work.
appreciate that,
So
Mike.
thank you so much for
Hey,
doing that.
it was a great team effort. Honestly, it takes everybody to get this done, and people were very focused on this for the last couple of years. So it's been fantastic working with everybody.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Jason Smith, VP for Government Relations. So I understand now as we whip around, it's almost like New Year's Eve. I believe we're going to Denver. We are going to Denver. My friend Chris Oakes is in Denver. Chris, are you there?
Mike, we are here.
Hey, how we doing in Denver today? You got
Hey.
us?
Mike.
Yeah, there we go. Technology. Tell us where you are. I know you guys have a regular spot there in Denver where Cougars can gather.
We are here at Society Denver, where the alumni organization has our watch parties. We have a ton of people ready to watch Cougs take on Cincinnati, and it's where we watch our basketball games and do all of our stuff from the Rocky Mountain High in Colorado.
That is fantastic. I know we've got a lot of things going on. We are asking for your favorite campus spot. When you were a student, what is your favorite spot on campus?
Legal or illegal? Because all right, best I guess would just maybe the
Let's
fountains
keep
when
it. Let's keep it above the line. How about that? Let's keep it above the line. What?
Fair enough. Okay, then obviously the library, because that's where us honors college students studied all the time.
Is your mom watching? Why did you say library? I went to school with you. I don't believe I saw you in the library. Was there a bar called the library?
You might have been second floor. We were definitely fourth floor.
Fourth floor. I got it. Well, hey, we know that the Denver group gets together for watch parties, right? You've got a couple more this year, and then you're going to have some basketball watch parties too, right?
Absolutely. Last year, Barry and I actually flew to Houston to watch the Final Four because we were expecting a hometown Final Four, and we came this close. So this year in Phoenix, we'll probably go there also to watch the game.
All right. Well, we thank you for being such a great Cougar. We thank you. Somebody's either getting ready or cheering for somebody behind you, but thank you guys for gathering. Foam fingers make the world better. So thanks for coming out today and being on our show. We appreciate you, Chris. Go Cougs. All right. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate you very much. All right. We're back. We're back with University of Houston royalty. Got his master's in 98. That seems like a really long time ago, but I'm joined now by our UH McGovern College of the Arts. Really, there's some royalty here. David Bertman, who's going on what year at the University of Houston?
24 years.
24 years. You'll recognize him from you should be standing on a ladder.
Yeah,
Standing on a ladder, directing the marching band. They're about to go on the field here. You've seen a few homecomings.
You homecomings? Yes.
So tell us about
This one?
Yeah, tell us about this one.
Well, every homecoming for us it's just like a great moment because just a few hours ago, I was able to stand in front of over 150 former band, cheer, and dance mascots and frontiersmen all over here in our new band facility, which is not new. It's almost 10 years old. Is that amazing?
That is true.
2014, right?
That's right.
I mean, but it doesn't feel
That
old
went
at all.
fast. That went really fast.
Went very fast. And everybody's excited. There are people that have never been back to a homecoming since they graduated. And some have come back. We have people from Dr. Moffat's era, Mr. Mays's era, of course, my first part of the 20th, 21st century
It's a
era.
quarter of a century, but I
Yeah,
don't
I
want
know,
to make
this
you
is so
feel bad.
sad. It's so wonderful.
Yeah.
And, it's just been a great experience. And it's really wonderful to see and hear everybody's stories. That's the part that is amazing to me.
So the Spirit of Houston doesn't just happen, right? They bring the juice, but there's recruiting that goes involved. There's a
Yes.
lot that goes into putting together a marching band.
Absolutely. We're very fortunate. We have the support of, our university is a great university, and we have the support of our administration. The McGovern College, which is a new college, formed in the last several years. The Moore School of Music, of course, is very supportive, but we go out and we recruit just like every coach. We go to every high school. And of course, we have tons and tons of band directors, choir directors, people teaching dance out in the public schools. They send their kids here, but putting the students together and growing that kind of culture of people that send their own students here is amazing. And it's been incredible. In fact, we are one of the few places, because we got our facilities, to be able to keep doing band during COVID. And we did not lose students. In fact, we gained some. I think some people in the area decided to stay here, and they've decided to stay here now that COVID's over. So I think we have a lot of great things going, but building the band has always been a priority of all of us since about 2000. And we never want it to be small. We want to be powerful. And so I feel really good about it. We've been consistent for quite a long time. We have about 280 members, the marching band, 40 dancers, about 40 cheerleader or so, and about 5 mascots that
Hey.
interchange.
You got to have mascots.
We got to have mascots. We
What's
got to
the
have a
world
lot
without a
now
big
because they're
furry
everywhere.
cougar?
Yeah, and you started this stuff.
Yeah,
So,
I
and
appreciate that.
we have a marvelous group of people that are all dedicated to supporting the University of Houston and representing us everywhere, all the time, for everything.
And I know our folks are watching picture in picture, so you're going to see out on the field. We're going to show the band live for
Awesome.
folks who don't get to come to
That's
homecoming
incredible.
and get to see the band. But also, the McGovern College of the Arts is fairly still new, pulled out of class.
Yep.
And tell us what the McGovern College of the Arts, being its own college
Right,
now,
this
has
is
meant.
huge. Well, it was so cool to hear a little bit about the College of Education in different places on campus. The teacher shortage is a big deal, especially in the arts as well. And we are doing everything we can to encourage people to get in the field and stay in the field as well. The McGovern College, led by Andrew Davis, who was in the Moore School of Music, and he's a very dynamic leader. He will call Houston one of the greatest cities in America, which I agree with. And he will talk about the University of Houston. He was instrumental, love it using that word, in getting the Phi Beta Kappa, really driving that campaign with the president and others to be Phi Beta Kappa. So we have somebody that is not only an artist, but really understands the academic sides of a university. The McGovern College is the School of Music and our School of Theater, which both have new directors, and our School of Art with Beckham Dossett, and they are doing amazing things. Our graduate programs are growing. But what the McGovern College has done is given an area in the fine arts and performing arts a voice in research. And this is a really big frontier and new idea coming into the STEM area, and U of H is so involved in research and moving forward to the top 50 universities. And the McGovern College is doing its part in that area under our leadership with Andrew Davis.
You and I can go all day, but I see you have the red jacket on, which means you're probably getting on a ladder.
I'm
later
going to
today.
get on a ladder, or at least help everybody for a little bit.
Well, thank you for joining us, David Berman.
Hey.
You are a treasure to the University of
From
Houston.
coast to coast, south to north, it's always go Cougs.
Why don't you
here.
see if Dallas is paying attention? Sean Allen's in Dallas.
Let's
Dallas,
go, Dallas. Let's pick up Dallas. Go Cougs.
Thank you very much.
Take
David.
care.
All right, we're going to go to Sean Allen in Dallas as we make our whip around nationally. We've got a few other spots to go. Sean, are you with us up there? There he is. Sean, how you doing, buddy?
I'm with you. I'm doing great. I just want to say, Dallas, we're just 4 hours away, but our hearts are always in Houston. That's where we need to be. So I know everybody's showing all the people at their watch parties. Everybody's in traffic right now trying to get here, so we're a little behind.
Well, we don't start
So
for
you-
30 minutes. I get it.
You
Yep.
you just get to look at me, so I apologize in advance for that.
No, perfect. So we've got a few things coming up in the DFW area, right? The basketball team is coming up in January to play TCU.
January.
And of
Looking
course,
forward to that.
Dallas is 4 hours closer to Kansas City for the conference basketball tournament, so that's good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we really appreciate what you guys are doing up there. We have over 15,000 alums in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, so we want to make sure that we're giving you guys the support, and I know you'll have some more watch parties throughout the course of the year. So thank you for joining us today. We really appreciate you. I'm looking at the score behind you. Is Northwestern really beating Wisconsin? Looks like they are.
Yes.
Anyway,
Yes, they
so
are.
Thanks, Sean. Appreciate you. Go Cougs.
Go Coug.
So now, as we continue to whip around, look at, hi, Dana.
Oh, yeah.
Dana Cerrone, who is with the Wolf Center for Entrepreneurship in the Bauer College of Business. And I can't just undersell that, right? The timing is perfect. The Wolf Center for Entrepreneurship for the 5th straight year is number one, right? Well,
Yes.
congratulations. So
Thank you.
what does that number one ranking mean to you guys?
The reason why this is such an important ranking for us, it's because it's based off of real numbers and real data. Many rankings can be subjective, like they can be like, hey, who do you think is the best or who do you like the best? But the Princeton Review is based off of real numbers. And what do those real numbers look like? How many businesses have you started? How many mentors do you have? How much funding have you raised? Are you changing students' life? And Mike, I'm very happy to let you know that over the past 10 years, we've started over 1,600 businesses. Our pool of mentors has grown to over 600 who are currently working with our students. We raised over $403 million in venture funds, and we are still continuing to change students' life, both personally and professionally. And for not only the organization is it important, but also for the students, because they get to say they graduated from the #1 entrepreneurship program in the nation. And a lot of our students, just like the city of Houston, our program is diverse. So a lot of them are first gen. So they get to say that, and share this with their family members. So this is a huge deal for us.
So how do the students choose to be in the Wolf Center or in the entrepreneurship program? And I'm sure the recruiting is pretty competitive.
It is very competitive. We pick around 28 to 40 students every fall semester. So they have to submit a YouTube application video, an essay. They go through an interview process. So it's very hard.
So what's next? What do you see in the future? What are you guys trying to, I know we have Wolf Fest every year. That's a
Yes.
big deal on
Yes.
campus. Tell us a little about that and what's coming up in the rest of the academic year for you all.
Yeah. So thankfully, we are hopefully, not hopefully, we will continue to be the #1 program in the nation.
Is it
and
harder to get there or stay there?
It's no, it is harder to stay there, but I have very confidence in the students that we pick. These students are go-getters. They're going to be not just only business people, but they're the future leaders of this next generation. So I know for a fact that we're going to be continuing to be #1, and we're actually open up in the fall of 2025. We're going to be moving to the Innovation Hub. So we want to create more businesses, and we want to be able to help be a resource to not only campus, but to be able to spread entrepreneurship all around Houston, as we are in a very entrepreneurial city.
Fantastic. Well, we're super proud of the Wolf Center,
Yes,
and obviously
thank you.
the Sivia Wolf and the family.
Yes, we're very
what the-
grateful for all of their support and, leaving a legacy for all of our students.
And the good news is Bauer as students are not generally competitive, so it shouldn't be a problem over there.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Us business people are very
Staying #1
competitive.
should be a piece of cake,
This is
right?
why we have the Wolf Fest, because it's a competition at the end of the day. This year we raised over $500 million just in Wolf Fest. So that's 6 months of going out and spreading the word about Wolf Fest, and then the 3 days of hosting a pop-up food festival.
Wow. And those who have not attended Wolf Fest, it occurs.
It's this year, actually not this year, next year, in April 9th, 10th, and 11th here at University of Houston at the Butler Plaza, right across from the MD Anderson Library.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Dana,
Thank
for
you.
joining us today. We really appreciate it, and continued success. We're going for year 6.
Yes,
Right? All right. So we're going to go to Austin now as we continue to whip around the country. This is a dangerous proposition to go to Austin because they have great leadership up there. Philip Schultz is a leader up there in Austin, and there they are. When the watch party. Philip, how we doing?
We're doing great, and glad to be here. Thanks. We're here in Austin at Waterloo Ice House on Burnett Road, and we have all our watch parties here since 2018, and we do basketball watch parties here as well. We are super excited. We just wrapped up our scholarship auction. We committed to the university to endow a scholarship from the Austin Alumni Group that we plan to raise $25,000 in the next 5 years. And as part of that, we kicked off our auction about 3 weeks ago, and it wrapped up on Friday. And as a result of generous donations, we were able to raise $4,300 in terms of auction prizes and donations and things like that. So we're very excited. A big jump start to our $25,000 goal. In addition to watch parties and fundraising and things like that, we also do volunteer work. Our next event coming up is Wreaths Across America. on Saturday, December 16th at the Texas State Cemetery. It is an amazing program. It is an opportunity for volunteers to show up, lay wreaths on veterans' graves. It is not just an Austin thing, that they do this all over the country. And I would super encourage everyone to, look it up in your own backyard and check it out, because it's a pretty moving experience. We've done it with our family for years, and we started a couple years ago bringing out the alumni group. So it's pretty exciting. So we're here. We're excited. Looking forward to another good basketball season, and go Cougs.
Thank you so much, Philip. Philip and his wife, Leslie, were volunteers of the year a couple years ago, and Austin is very important to us. Thank you guys very much. Everybody there in Austin, appreciate you. Go Cougs.
Go Cougs.
All right. So we are back with two more great esteemed guests. They just keep coming, right? Patina Beach, Geronimo Cortina. Thank you for joining us here, leading our population health space. So tell everybody, this is kind of a new space, right? You just celebrated your 2-year.
Will be 2 years, January 24th.
January 24th. So give the folks out there what population health is about and why the entity and the initiative is important for the university.
Absolutely. So this is a university-wide initiative where we work across the colleges to implement new degree programs that align with ways that fit their majors, regardless if they're business majors or if they're math majors. Population health integrates with those. So we have a new minor in population health that sits in the Department of Sociology in class right now, and we're about to start a graduate certificate program. We also conduct research right now in artificial intelligence and machine learning and in quality of life. And we are starting a new health certificate program, health coaching certificate program in February.
So plenty of extra
for a toddler,
time.
I think we're doing okay.
For a toddler. Is that what we're going? So Geronimo, obviously we've the Alumni Association has been partnering with Population Health to start a UH for Life survey, or get a cohort for a UH for Life survey. Talk about that and why it's important for folks to volunteer.
Well, first of all, the UH for Life survey is the first national effort in order to try to measure our graduates' quality of life. And by quality of life, we mean, very simple. How do our alumni really, really think about their success, what is missing in their lives, relationships, economic development, so on and so forth. So it's the first thing, and their participation is extremely, extremely important, because first of all, they are the ones that are basically guiding our research. And second of all, it's also very important because it's going to help us, right, know very precisely what do they think about the University of Houston, helping them achieve that particular success.
So we've got some folks signed up for the survey, but we need more, right? And I know we're going to put some stuff in the chat where you can participate in the survey. And then once the survey, it's over 5 years, correct? Is that how long the survey will go?
Yes, we will.
Okay. And then what will we do with those once the results are formulated? Who are we sharing those with, and where does it go from there?
All right. So first of all, what we're going to do with that is try to understand how quality of life really, really affects everything. The most important thing is that it's going to produce research, and there is a new tendency, there is a new trend, especially in academia and federal government, to really dwell into these things. So first of all, we want to be the leaders on quality of life, not only in Houston, but across the country, and eventually we're going to conquer the world. Second, second of all, it's also going to help us and help the university to really create programming that is going to help our graduates achieve, right, not only the normal success that we're used to, but also achieve the next step. So I think all this data is going to help the administration and our leaders to have data that is going to inform the decisions in a better way.
Wow. And so this initiative is, well, it's not not in the College of Medicine. It's all part of the new medical emphasis on our university campus. And what has the College of Medicine done to align all of this together with you guys?
Yeah, so we work across all of the colleges. So my faculty appointment is in the College of Medicine, but literally we are working across all 16 colleges. And this initiative is in the Office of the President.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming out for our little quick
Thank
TED
you.
talk on what's going on. And we're going to go to
Go
Portland
Cougs.
now, right? Have you been to Portland lately? We're going to see what's happening in Portland. So thank you guys for coming.
Thank
Let's
you.
go to Wyatt Downing and his team in Portland. Wyatt, if you are there there he is, our brand new weeks old Portland Alumni Network. Wyatt, how we doing today, buddy?
Mike, I'm doing great. I'm very excited to sort of build out this new community here in Portland. As a longtime Cougar fan and one who got super involved on campus, I'm really excited to sort of build this community. And especially what I learned with being an intern on campus for 3 years at UHAA and the amazing team that you and your whole team have done, and with all the philanthropy and effort to bring alumni together. That's sort of exactly what I want to do up here. I would love to get these watch parties going. I want to show off the full anthropic spirit of the Cougs in our area, and I'm just really excited to build something brand new from the ground up. So go Cougs!
And did you realize there were over 800 alums in the greater Portland area? And that was pretty interesting fact for you, huh?
You know, that was a huge fact for me, but I'm not surprised. Every time that I've gone to any type of Southern food or Tex-Mex up here in Portland, I always somehow run into someone that's just wearing some U of H gear, which makes sense for how good the food is down there, and we get nostalgic at times, that's for sure.
Well, you're the best. Continue success in the Portland network, and we're going to help you grow that thing to where you're awfully proud of it. And we're not getting terribly close in the Big 12, but you'll have to take a road trip over to Utah or Arizona
Absolutely.
or something. That's as close as we're going to get. So Wyatt,
That's
thanks,
fine.
buddy.
We'll meet you there.
Go Cougs.
Absolutely. Y'all take care. Go Cougs.
All right. There's Portland. Did you know we had a Portland network, Caitlin? You didn't know that, did you? All right. Are we leaving those down or picking them up? Picking them up. All right. So we have 3 very special guests here. Volunteers do all the work at the Alumni Association. So we want to make sure we had a space for our volunteers. So Kira Hart, class of 15. Boy, that was fast. Class of 15 already. 10 years. Well, not quite 10 years. Hispanic Alumni Association President Katrina Ortega, class of 19. And of course, Caitlin Palavitas, class of 17. You got at the Young Alumni Association. So we have a few simple questions, but we have over 350 volunteers in the Alumni Association. Most of them are on groups that you guys participate in. So tell me, why do you volunteer?
I volunteer because I bleed Cougar red. I think a degree makes a difference. I was not a traditional student, so I was raising my daughters. I had my 5-year-old now, my senior year in college, and it has shaped our family. And so I want to show them that being a college graduate does make a difference, and that's the expectation going forward for Hispanics.
And make no mistake, we've selected these. This is not a random selection. These are the 3 of the most active alumni associations we have, and I'm surprised we can actually get you all to sit down for a minute. But so the Black Alumni Association has another great tailgate going. They wrestled you away from the tailgate to come over here. So tell us about what your organization is doing and how folks can get involved.
So currently, right now, we're just focusing on getting more engagement, raising funds for scholarships. We really focus on our signature event, which is held every June, which is our Heritage Brunch, where has grown tremendously over the years. Now we've moved to the Hilton on campus. So that's really our main event that we raise a lot of funds for scholarships.
So, and those tailgate parties are really like taking a break. That's where you get to blow off a little steam, right?
Yeah,
Right, that's where you
yeah.
get to blow off a little steam. And the Hispanic Alumni Association has so many things going on in the course of the year. It's kind of ridiculous. What's the next one coming up for you guys?
We have a toy drive in collaboration with the Young Alumni on December 1st. We just finished our soccer tournament, so go Cougs for doing football and making a difference by raising scholarships. We have the fashion show coming up in February, so get your tickets. And we know Mike's going to be there this year.
Yes,
Yes.
that's true. It's a true story. All right, Caitlin, Young Alumni. We have plenty of young alumni, right?
Too much, yeah.
Too many young alumni, and you've been obviously leading the charge there with Chris Gervasio and your leadership group. So young alumni, we have, I think by our calculation, 80,000 alums under the age of 35.
I believe
which
you.
is an incredible number. So tell us what's going on in the Young Alumni Association.
Honestly, it feels like something every weekend. I think we've lucked out in that we have a super engaged group of board members, volunteers, and everybody has interest in different facets. But probably the 2 events we're most excited for is in January, we have our annual student scholarship fundraiser, which is also an awards event with dancing. It's called the Winter Soiree on January 13th. So tickets will be available soon. And then our second signature event, which many of you hopefully know about, is the Cougar Crawl.
It is a bar crawl in Houston where we spotlight all the other alumni organizations, including the two sitting here next to me, with the idea that, look, we're young alumni, but as much as I hope to think otherwise, we're not always going to be young alumni. And so the idea is we're really a launching pad to get involved early. And then, you find your second or third, home after that. And so honestly, it's so much fun. And I think probably similar to the women sitting next to me, my time as a student was such a formative part of my identity. And I was unwilling to let it go when I graduated. And so sorry, Mike, you're not getting rid of us.
So many people that volunteer say they get so much out of it themselves doing that rather than what they're doing. So give one last word for what it means to you guys to volunteer and give back to your alma mater. Where's the pride you're getting in that?
We're helping existing and future youths in the Hispanic community to realize their dream of getting a college degree.
I think for me, it's just being still involved. You're graduating from University of Houston, but you're still coming back and being involved in your community of where you graduated.
Same note. I think it's sometimes when you graduate, it's hard to figure out where is your place on campus. And so we just want to be a place that accepts anybody and everybody. Hey, if you're not sure how to stay a part of the Cougar family, once you cross that stage, come with young alumni.
Yeah, there's plenty of things to choose from too. We have 42 associations that you can participate in.
And growing.
And growing. Yeah, and growing, of course.
You can make one your own.
There you go. That's right. We really appreciate the time that you guys put in, not only yourselves, but your boards and your volunteers. I know it's not just a one woman show, although this is some serious girl power right here, as we like to say. It really is important because we have in the Alumni Association about 185 events a year, and you all are putting those on, and we give out almost $200,000 a year in scholarships, and you all are raising that money. And we're here to support you. We really appreciate everything that you've done. So congratulations. So before we go, can I get are you ready to participate with me? Whose house?
Whose house?
Whose house? Whose house? Perfect. All right, we're going to go to New York City. Thank you, ladies. Let's go to New York City. Scott Flower is joining us in New York. I know Scott has got a group up there today at a watch party. Scott, it's probably loud for you there. Thanks for joining us today. How you doing?
You hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay, perfect. I'm great. I'm using two phones to be able to hear you guys because it's awfully loud in here.
That's okay. Technology is important. I know New York City has got a lot of folks, and you guys are having regular watch parties. I know actually a couple of your New York City alumni leaders are here in town for homecoming. So give us a sense of what you have coming up next.
Well, we have a number of people that are going to be coming here tonight, obviously, but we're working on other watch parties, and we're still in planning on getting a couple of other meetings together in order to try to connect with the crowd here in New York.
Well, Scott, we appreciate, I know you guys have a watch party coming up, and I know we do a couple of events that the president came this past semester, and I know they're planning some events coming up next semester for the president to come and do a few more things. And we really appreciate everything you guys do for us in New York. And do you have a score prediction today?
No, I don't.
You don't?
Wait to see what happens.
Well, the Cougs are going to win, correct?
Go Cougs.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Scott. We appreciate you. Thanks for
bye.
joining us from New York City. So we are actually going to go to the field now for a few minutes because Alvin's going to join us in a second. But we want you all to take in about 3 or 4 minutes of our band from the field. So let's go down and listen to the Spirit of Houston.
Now cheer along as the Spirit of Houston plays Eat 'em Up. The Spirit of Houston is led on the field today by drum majors Endurance Banjo, Amberly Enger, Henry Hamry, and Augustine Martinez. Featured on the field is also your 3-time national champion twirler, Alexis Tanner. gentlemen, before we kick off today's football game, we ask for a brief moment of silence to honor and remember the lives of 3 former student athletes, DJ Hayden, Zachary McMillan, and Ralph Oragu. We extend our deepest condolences to their families, friends, and loved ones as we collectively mourn the loss of 3 individuals who made an indelible impact on each life they touched. In addition, our thoughts and prayers remain with Jeffrey Lewis in his recovery ahead. Their combined talents have provided Houston football some of its most unforgettable moments, and their unique legacies will best be remembered for the way they loved their teammates, supported their communities, and defied the odds. May we join together in this moment of silence to pay our respects and reflect on the impact they've had on all our lives. Thank you. Now, presenting the colors are the University of Houston Army ROTC. Please stand as you are able for the singing of the national anthem performed today by Ariel Gurriel.
Oh, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
All right. Well, thank you so much. Our Spirit of Houston on the field. Obviously, we're trying to bring you as much pomp and circumstances as we can for today's homecoming, and we'll go back down there for when they come back on the field. But I'm joined now by Senior Associate Athletic Director for Development, Alvin Franklin. And first off, you know, at the University of Houston, having the name Alvin Franklin is a lot of pressure.
It has been an everyday thing for me. Everywhere I go, everywhere I turn, people remind me. But it's a great conversation starter.
Exactly.
So I got to live up to it.
Well, you've been here 2 months?
Yep, right. 2 months. 2 months last week. So
fantastic. Well, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're over development, which means you're over the Cougar Pride area.
Yeah.
So tell us how folks can. Obviously, Cougar Pride's important, right?
Yes.
We're in this NIL space. We're in the fundraising space. We have new facilities being built. There's a lot of things happening in the athletic space that are important. Tell us what's going on in your world when you wake up every day.
Right now, a couple of different facets. Number one, bodies. We need more and more people to get involved with Cougar Pride. For so long, Cougar Pride, people have thought about it as a way of getting their tickets or their parking. But that's not what it is. We're the fundraising arm that supports all of our student athletes, all of our coaches, And it's, essential for people to get involved. And we want to create an avenue where people all over the country, all over the world can see the need of supporting our student athletes. And so every day I wake up and think about our annual fund and how we can, really tell our story, to draw people in. From a facility standpoint, facilities are essential. The arms race is what they call it in college athletics. And so right now we're about to break ground on the football operation, Memorial Hermann Football Operations Center. We're still got a good ways to go fundraising wise. We've got about $40 more million to raise. So that right there keeps me up at night.
Well, you've got winning teams on the field right now. I know volleyball season's going on. Folks we're down the end of that, but they're expected to obviously be in the NCAA tournament, potentially host, right?
Yeah.
So volleyball's going well. You've got women's basketball, men's basketball have started.
Yes.
So I've, have my history in athletics, your history in athletics. Everyone thinks that December it lightens up, which December is the time you get to get a drink of water before January gets here and everybody's playing at once.
Exactly. And I'll tell you, November. Don't forget about November right now. I mean, just the women's basketball game last night, men's basketball game today. Luckily, volleyball was on the road. I can breathe a little bit. Then football tonight, and then back for Tito on Monday for men's basketball again. But we're really excited right now. Volleyball's on the home stretch, ready for selection Sunday on the 26th. Where they'll find out their fate of where they'll be playing. Really excited about Coach Hewitt and his squad this year. A lot of newcomers to that team. We got to get more people in the Fertitta Center to support them.
All right, I know you came to us from Mississippi State. I'll ask one last quick question. The Big 12. You weren't here before we were in the Big 12, but how has the Big 12 raised people's expectations and made your job either easier or more difficult?
Well, I'll tell you, from a perception standpoint, people are interested. They're asking more questions because the teams that they've seen on national TV for decades are now the schools that are coming to our venues to play. And so people want to know, how can we compete? Can we compete? And the answer is yes, we can. Right now, we're fighting an uphill battle, with the lowest budget in our league. But as you've seen all football season, we've been right there. We're so close. So we're excited, but the Big 12 has definitely drawn more interest than ever before.
Well, we appreciate you stopping by. I know the team is about to run out here in a couple minutes. They're about to do a few things on the field. The participation from folks coming to games, right? Obviously, you need that. You need the donations coming in. But also, you've got a population out there that just needs to find their niche. It's not all about football. It's not all about basketball. Maybe they like women's golf.
Yeah.
Maybe they like women's volleyball. Maybe they want women's tennis. The track and field. Carl Lewis is one of your coaches. Will
Yes.
Blackburn doing a phenomenal job.
Yes.
Our track and field program. And then, of course, that was kind of a statement by me, by the way. Graduation rates are off the charts, and the success of our student athletes has been really something to be proud of.
Yes, it is. And I'll tell you, since I've been here, I've told everybody, development, the connotation is, we're fundraisers, but I've told everybody, my team, we're not out here, quote unquote, just asking for money. Our job is to take department need on one hand, donor interest on the other, and bring it together.
Beautiful.
So,
Alvin, thank you for joining us. We really appreciate you. Get the win today?
Yes, sir.
Let's
We're
get
excited.
the win. Well, thank you very much, Alvin Franklin, for joining us. We're going to go down to the field for one quick second to wrap up our show, but I want to thank all of the folks around the country, Atlanta, Portland, Dallas, Fort Worth, Orlando, New York City. Thank you for joining us today. Thanks to this great staff for putting this on. Don't forget our website address is HoustonAlumni.com. You can download the alumni app to be a participant in the Alumni Association, the UH Alumni Store. Next week, we've got all kinds of stuff going on. Home football game, basketball at Charleston. We want to thank all of our guests here today from top to bottom who joined us. And as the team gets ready to come out on the field, I just want to remind you that it's important that you participate at the University of Houston. It's important that you become a vital member of our community, whether you're a donor, you're a mentor, you're someone hiring our students. We are now done. We are ready to go. We're ready for homecoming. Down to the field. Go Cougs. Everybody happy homecoming.